welcome to UTZ Cup 2020. Hello and welcome back 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 to UTZ Cup. Back to UTZ Cup 2020. Everyone is here for the final game of UTZ Cup! Yes! UTZ Cup 2020. That was the idea that I wanted to do from the get-go, from the beginning. UTZ Cup 2020. People were asking for Schweppes Cup 2020, and we had our Schweppes. We were good with Schweppes. Schweppes was done. We needed something else. If by chance we ever got to do, a promotion of a product to host our tournament like any other sports event, I figured we just go into another product. Every year or every time we did a tournament, it'd be a different product. That is the idea that I wanted to do. I thought that would be funny. I thought it'd be fun to say, and everything being a cup. Just like in Mario Kart, that each of the set of tracks was a cup. If it was the mushroom cup, if it was the, leaf cup, whatever the cup, it would be a different cup. So just so that within the HeroScape space, people could refer to each tournament differently by the name and not just by the year, like sports games do, like NBA or Madden. Because we chose UTZ, which was a pretzel brand that Jill eats a lot of. Like a lot of pretzels. Like it's her daily snack. So we chose UTZ. And it also went with the word cup. So Schweppes Cup sounds really good. UTZ Cup sounds really good. What's the third one? That's still in the works. Don't know. Originally, of course, wanted to do it all in 1 year. That was my personal goal, to do it in 1 year. Obviously didn't happen. But 2020, I wanted 20 maps for the D20 to roll. And for me, that's funny. 20 maps, you use the D20. The victor rolls the D20 to choose one of the 20 maps. And those maps could be repeated as well. Like, it's just the random chance. We're not going to eliminate one, and if we land on that number again, we just move on to a different number, roll again, or whatever. It's just, we play that map again. So you're still not going to play the same exact match that you played on that first map the same time. 360 points was the point value for the armies that we usually play with. And we determined this because we wanted something that wasn't 500, because we knew 500 points for the game would make games go much longer. If there's more figures on the board, we make a lot of fantastic armies with that number. And I'm going to continue to prove that number to people that should be a number in a lot of different tournaments. So this time around for UTZ Cup, we have a brand new competitor, and that is Eric. Eric is a friend. We used to work together. Started conversating with him about different video games and movies, and we finally got on the topic of HeroScape, and as soon as I was starting to tell Eric about the game and then began to show him pictures on my phone, he like the speed of light, went out of his way to find about as much information as possible about HeroScape. And from that encounter with him and building on that friendship from HeroScape, I quickly realized that HeroScape is a game for everybody and anybody. So I'm so glad that Eric has found that love for the game and is incredibly interested in playing with us for this tournament. And I pray that he continues to love the game as much as we do. So the portraits that you see in the thumbnails, I really wanted to showcase the player. The player is very important to me. I think it's important to showcase the person behind the army as much as the army itself. But I had about 5 or 6 different directions for people. One being the battle pose. Give me a battle pose. One was give me just a forward, just clean slate essentially. One was just a victory pose. What would your victory pose be? I didn't have anyone do a losing pose. I don't think showcasing a loss was important. You never really lose in HeroScape. You always gain something in the game. If you learn something, you learn about a mistake you made. I wanted to showcase the player. That's what was important to me, and I hope that's something that you guys appreciate. Treasure glyphs. Why treasure glyphs this time around? Well, I noticed that with the regular power glyphs, that there was an emphasis on using a lot of squads to gain map control. And I figured with treasure glyphs, we could focus more on the heroes within the game. And your essential setup was more on getting those heroes onto those glyphs and rolling to pick them up. Yes, HeroScape allows you to make thousands upon thousands of different maps with designs and themes, and so there are plentiful of options to create these battlefields for us to play on. But Glenn has sent me at least 50 maps or so. This is from maps that he started building in VirtualScape that he would send me. He would send me these emails with 5 or 6 maps. Felt like every month or so for a year. But he would send me these essential expansion packs. All these maps have different themes. So there would be the rock maps, snowy maps, lava maps, grassy knolls, maybe city-like maps with a lot of road and castle bits and battlements. The battlements, this man is obsessed with battlements. I wanted to eliminate them down to 20 maps. I had a lot more than 20 to go through, and I wanted to find the ones that looked like they would be the most fun to play on, as well as visually how cool they are, the cool factor. I wanted an even spread of, snowy, lava, rock, city-like, grassy maps, just so that when not every single map looks or has the same feel that they do. So not all of them are grass maps, or not all of them are road maps, or not all of them are swamp maps. I think he did a really good job giving the selection process making that a challenge for me to find the maps that would be visually really interesting to watch and see oh, they landed on 2. What's number 2? I keep everything separate and organized so I can find things very easily, and I can just pick and choose and grab what I need. because all of these maps are on VirtualScape. And so when I set up my laptop, my Surface, Microsoft Surface, I just kind of open up VirtualScape and I just go through the layers. I start at layer 1, take out my first drawer, which is my top drawer, which has all the 24s and the 7s. And I build with those first. And then I pull the second drawer, which has all the 1s and 2s. And then if there's any 3s that I need, then I have this big container, this medium-sized container with all the 3s and the water and the swamp and the tiles, the half tiles. So the building process is fairly simple for me. I usually build it like the night before. We usually film on Fridays. Fridays are game night. So I use that to our advantage. So when I set up my maps, I do it usually Thursday evening. The storage of figures. If you've ever seen us play with commons and you realize, why are they only using one squad of this? It's because we only have one squad of that. Our collecting process is just trying to get one of everything first. Since we have been collecting a lot more through the customs, the Valhalla customs, and the OG stuff, the original stuff, I had to go out and get a new box to organize all of our figures. So I have one box that has all of our huge figures in it, and then I have another container with our oddball mediums and larges. And when I say oddball, I mean ones that do not fit into 6 different categories. And at the time, those 6 categories were Maro, Ukar Solborgs, humans, melee humans, ranged humans, undead, and Kyrie. So I have this one container with 6 smaller containers within them, so that if you were using Kyrie, for example, Michaela, or for example myself, or we're using Maro, or if Glenn's using Deathwalkers, I just open up this one container, pull out the small little boxes, and give it to them and go, here, pick your characters. Just so we're not dumping an entire box of figures and searching for stuff. And keeping it organized this way is very easy for us. Unless we're, like I said, going for an oddball character, and we have to go into the one container that has a little bit of everything. The equipment that I use. So, starting from the maps, I use VirtualScape for map making. So does Glenn, as of software. The GoPro Hero 7 is what I used for the top-down view for UTZ Cup. And I have a GoPro Hero 3, which I was using for the dice box. And separating the dice box camera and the map was very important in my visual style, because even though I feel the dice box isn't the best quality, because the Hero 3 is still 1080, but it's not a high def 1080. So seeing the D20 rolls is like practically impossible. But it was pretty easy for people to see the attack dice and the defense dice, and seeing those very close calls with, like, you know, getting like, oh, he just rolled a 3. He only rolled 3 dice. He got 3 skulls. Can that person match it? And they do, and that's really cool to see. You know, the game itself is always interesting, but it's not as interesting as the players playing the game. And we do like joking around a lot. We do have like fun moments of surprise or anxiety or torment when certain actions and getting the reactions of those players was very important to me when filming. And so over time, I've changed the different rigs that I've used. And even though I've never used this one for UTZ Cup, but this is my new rig that I will be using in the future for future games. I actually just recently brought this one to ScapeCon. For recording audio, I use a Blue Yeti, which I'm currently using right now. And so I have that on a stand that came with the default that I set up on my kitchen table. And I use the Microsoft Surface laptop to run Audacity, which is a free audio program that you can use, and just to record the hour or so that we play. If the recording that I have on my phone is about an hour long, and then presumingly that the GoPro Hero 7 is also an hour long, plus the GoPro Hero 3 for the dice box is also an hour long, that's 3 hours worth of footage that I'm laying on top of each other within the editing process. So, yes, I'm technically editing, or the video that you watch is about 45 minutes long, but I'm editing 3 hours worth of footage that I'm also have 3 different phases for editing. So I'm watching that hour 3 different times or more. My editing process. Phase 1. Phase 1 of the editing process is getting all the raw footage together, layering it. The iPhone footage is actually first. Underneath that, I have the map footage from the GoPro Hero 7. And then underneath that is the GoPro Hero 3, which is the dice box. And I will watch from start to finish and try to cut and chop up all of the footage so that it is cohesive, that it is smooth, it is comical. I look for certain beats for things to happen. If people are moving characters or flipping down order markers, it goes to the map. When people roll dice for initiative or battles, it goes to the dice box. So I kind of like, I just cut and split open different parts of the video for you as the viewer to see each portion of the game. Phase 2 is when I start doing the HUD. If you're not familiar, HUD stands for Heads Up Display. And this is the round counter, the order marker counter, the turn order name. And I just essentially go through the entire game itself, start to finish, and just kind of put in I kind of just time it with the initiatives and just go, okay, this is round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, and so on. And then each round I know will have 3 order markers. So I will determine, of course, who's going first, if it's myself, if it's Jill. And I'll go through it and see, okay, cool. Jill was 1 initiative, so Jill's name is here. That pops up. So right after that will be mine. And then that's order marker 1. And then copy paste through that entire round our names, and then time them properly to pop up above the order marker. Phase 2 also adds the music. I also add the music into it just so that phase 3 is a little bit more interesting for me to watch. There's only so much dialogue that I can handle. I need kind of background music to edit it, so having the wonderful music from my cousin Luke Sags, it has been an absolute blast. I can't thank him enough. I really can't. I will leave a link in the description below to check out his new album that he just released recently. I hope he can help me make some more tracks in the future. I hope you enjoyed listening to that track. Phase 3 of editing is the biggest part of all of this. This takes the longest process because this is where all the rest of the overlays come into play. The cards, the wounds, the rules, Anything else you see on the screen that isn't the HUD, I do in Phase 3. And this takes me the longest time to get right. Doing all the animating of keyframing, the wounds that come down, glyphs popping up on the screen, shrinking down. I want to get all that timing right in order for you as the viewer to understand what's happening throughout the game. That's why having the rules on the screen, either the come down in news form on the bottom of the screen, or having them pop out on the side of the screen, having them roll out like a scroll. Everything you need to understand and watch and learn about the game, it is happening right here. So that's all very important for me. The games are entertaining, but also educational, and I hope you understand why I do that, and I hope it's been very helpful for you. I present the information for you on the board, on the table, right on the screen, so constantly having the cards come up, rules are coming up, so if someone's using a special attack or a special ability, like those are coming up on the screen, you're getting more familiar with the names of these characters and their abilities. So maybe in passing, or if you're reading about them, repetition, you will learn it. And it's not that hard. It's a lot of information, but learning these abilities isn't the most difficult part, especially if you're watching the content and reading along with us. This feels like a giant step for me in the right direction. I thank all of you for the huge support that you've given myself and my friends to show even my family that HeroScape content is the future of content for me. It is the future for gamers out there to find something fun and easily available. It is the beginning of something quite beautiful for YouTube as well. But, we still have some work to do. I hope to work with other YouTubers in the future, like Sir HeroScape, Tales of Valhalla, MK Plus Ultra, and there's a few more that have been popping up, and I can't wait to meet them all, and I look forward to working with everybody to hopefully branch out and reach more fans of the game and get new people into playing the game, and that's the whole goal of UTZ Cup. Coming up with a prize at the end was also a last-minute decision. There was no prize. It's not about winning something. It's about the journey and what we can learn from it. And this is coming from someone that has lost a lot. And you could probably point at him like, Joe, you're just a loser. You don't win. You're bad at the game, but you make some great-ass content. So thank you for that. But you have improvement. And yeah, you're right. I do. I need to improve on my strategies and the way I play. You guys better hold me to it, that I will get better at this game. I really do thank all of my friends that have supported me through the pandemic to get this project done. Jill, thank you so much. Glenn, thank you so much. Michaela, thank you so much. Eric, thank you so much. And Matt, thank you so much. You guys are my heart and soul for this. When it comes to you, the fans, reading your comments have been so uplifting for me. You guys are true champions, and I appreciate all of you, truly. I am here to learn the game. I'm here to educate about the game. So I want to make sure that what we're doing grows and becomes better. If we make a mistake, we correct it, and we grow from it. That's what I'm all about, truly. So, thank you again to all of you. You guys are amazing. Community, the HeroScapers, my friends, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And I will say, I'm looking forward to the future of HeroScape content, and I know you guys are, because you guys are already waiting for UTZ Cup 2023, which is not happening! There isn't going to be an UTZ Cup 2023. There'll be something even better.